guys, welcome back to Social Post. Today we have Tina Griffin, who is a MeetEdgar user as well as an extraordinary content creator. She has a brand called the Counterculture Mom, and I'm going to pass it over to her just to explain a little bit about who she is, what she does, and then we're going to get into some cool solution-driven content creation strategies that she uses to keep herself sane but get her brand out there. So Tina, go right ahead.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me. What a treat. Yes, I've been exposing the lies of pop culture for about 18 years now, believe it or not. And I started out as a farm kid in Wisconsin. And at the age of 20, I'm like, man, I've got to get out to Hollywood and start creating some positive entertainment, TV shows, film. And so I went out there, got a degree in film and television broadcasting, worked alongside with Tom Cruise on Vanilla Sky, and I worked on 90210 and Melrose Place. All the shows I grew up on, I was all of a sudden working on. And through that process, I realized how a lot of celebrities shelter their own kids from their own entertainment. And I was also mentoring some teens at that time. So for a 10-year period, I was an undercover FBI agent for God out in Hollywood and learning a lot, doing runway fashion shows, you name it. And I wanted to get this content that I knew was truthful to help parents and teens make wise media choices. What identity were they thinking their lives were based upon? Is it who they were created to be or who celebrities were telling them they should be? And if there's any damaging content that was out there, what consequences weren't revealed? And what positive movies and TV shows exist for teens to, hey, you having a down day, turn on a positive, music or check out a positive TV show. And so with living out there for a decade and now speaking 20 years on this topic, Counterculture Mom is there to help parents safely navigate the pop culture chaos. And thanks to MeetEdgar, my brain stays on straight.
Well, we are so happy to help get that mission out in the world. And I think one of the cool things about your story is just identifying what your whole life career kind of led up to you realizing so that you can bring that message to the world really authentically and in a space that I can already tell from just your little tagline of saying that you care really, truly about. So when you're actually creating the type of content that you're getting out there, how do you make sure that this sort of vibe that I just heard from you is in the content that you're creating, whether it be your podcast or a blog content or even just a social post? Can you go a little bit into how you get your brand values into your content?
Oh, that's such a good question. Yes, I have always been, don't beat around the bush. Busy parents and teens have 10 seconds. I mean, everybody's got ADD today with everything bombarding them. We've got a lot of parents that are now homeschooling during this COVID crisis because they're forced to homeschool or because a lot of people change their mind and they want to homeschool. They realize from the spring it's really not that bad. So I know that my specific target audience of busy parents need to get my content in under 2 minutes. And so when I use MeetEdgar, I always keep in mind what is the problem that I'm trying to address to make parents aware about, because I have inside tips from my connections still in Hollywood. I have 80 some websites that my curators of 15 people on my Counterculture Mom team. I grew this team. It used to be just me solo till last summer. Now we have 15 people that are writing, curating content, pumping out this information. A lot of this content, parents don't have time to dig up by themselves. They don't have 80 tabs open on their computer. They literally come up to me when I speak and say, Tina, I loved everything you said, but my kid just saw that video game. My kid just watched that Netflix series a week ago. I wish I would have found out ahead of time. So we created the Counterculture Mom app, which sends push notifications to their phone so they know ahead of time. So with the experience of 18 years of hearing parents complain and freak out or just tell me this is a great movie, get it out there, I know I've got 2 minutes. So I keep the problem in my mind. What's the issue? Just cut right to the chase. These are busy people. Number 2, I give them solutions. Parents want to know, okay, so this video game's nasty. What can I do about it? My kid's addicted. How do I get him off of that? How do I not cause a big argument to ensue? And my kid says, forget you, I'm moving out of the house, or you're not going to tell me how to live my life. So I've got to give them a 2-minute problem and solution driven alert, and MeetEdgar helps me do that. I'm not writing a book. Parents don't have a chance to read, 800 pages. I give them info through MeetEdgar to either download the app, check out this short YouTube clip to see what I'm talking about, read this short little post on Instagram that I just put in there, check out my Counterculture Mom podcast on my iTunes, or it's on iHeartRadio and 7 other platforms. And MeetEdgar is the brain, the tree trunk that pushes out my content onto all of these branches from where the parents are currently getting their information. I have moms that love Pinterest. I have moms that love the tweet. I have moms that love Facebook. I've got dads that say, I'm all about YouTube, man. Pound it out over there. So at MeetEdgar, if I didn't have it, I would not get sleep. I would not be eating, and I would not be homeschooling my children, because I would be busy repurposing my content on the 80 platforms that exist. Where MeetEdgar, I type it once, hit schedule, and I know the beast is going out to every single person that needs to see it on the platform that they love the most.
Oh man, you are making me smile over here. I love when people just find a tool that fits so perfectly with what they need. And it sounds like with you speaking here, the fact that you know your clients' problems and your followers' problems to a T, and to this fact that you've developed the idea that they are only going to look at my post for 2 minutes. So
Yes.
I need to make sure it fits that 2-minute period, and going that granular and getting that nitty gritty with saying, okay, what exactly are they doing at this time of day when they see my content pop up, really truly shows why you're so successful. And I love the idea of making sure that all of that content you're putting into MeetEdgar gets out to people at the right times. So can you go into like how you actually use our software, or how you kind of think about your scheduling times a little bit when you're putting the categories in the morning, afternoon, or evening? How do you identify the best times on each platform to get stuff out there? Or is there a good strategy that you use for that?
So I've done a lot of research on that, and I have a team of people that are helping me with that. First of all, you guys added a neat feature. I don't know what you call it, but it's a feature where I'm going on my calendar, creating my schedule, and I literally have about 18. People think I'm nuts when they see the back end brain of MeetEdgar for me. What? I've got 3 different things that I pump out of there. You got 18? I go, yep. I mean, how do you condense this? You're right. You need 18. I see on MeetEdgar's side, and like a little notification will say, oh, you want to do that Instagram post right around 1:40, but you're going to get more moms and dads that are actually going to see it at 3:40. That feature alone saves me a ton, because I know if I'm going to do the post itself and create the show that goes out there, I don't want just 10 people seeing it. I want 1,000 people seeing it. I want a bunch of people sharing it. And with how people have a lot of followers today, there goes my, it's gone, my information. So I wanted to hit as many people as possible to grow that posse of parents and teens that like this kind of content. And every platform has been growing. And I think it's highly due to when I post what I post. So me as a busy parent myself, I have 4 young kids, 11, 10, almost 10, 8 and 7 that I homeschool. When am I the busiest? I'm the busiest in the morning when I'm trying to get these kids fed. So what I do is, I know a lot of moms that tell me over the years, man, I get up at the crack of dawn, 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'm up checking out my feed. What's the latest news? Well, I make sure I have a general post going out right when they wake up in the morning. I'm hoping they're getting some positive word of God in there. And then shortly after that, Counterculture Mom, a 1-2 punch. So I always do some kind of post early in the morning. Typically it's a general post. Then during the school day, I'm thinking mornings are busy, but I do the shorter type of posts in the morning. I might have an Instagram post that goes out. I might have, here's my latest Counterculture Mom show. I have a summer kit, a summer survival kit for parents right now. Well, that's a 2-second read. You see the picture, you see all the goods. I'm going to blast it out in the morning. But then by the afternoon, hopefully if a typical school day goes like mine, the kids are usually done 1, 2 o'clock, get outside and play, go hang out with your friends, do your homework. And these parents are back on social media. And so then I blast them with more of the longer stuff. Here's a video, a Counterculture Mom clip of this recent mom that came on who lost her son with the blue whale challenge. The first suicide in the US was 2 years ago on my birthday for blue whale challenge. And I've been warning parents for 2 years, run from blue whale challenge. Here are the warning signs, the red flags. Well, then parents will have more time in the afternoon that I found, because the numbers go up. It's just about testing it out too. I get a lot more hits in the afternoon when parents have more time to watch these clips, which is on the Counterculture Mom YouTube channel. Counterculture Mom app. If they download this, if you're tuning in, you definitely want to get the app. And we have a brand new premium section for $3 a month. $1 goes to Apple. $2 go to our curators. I pay every writer. I do not pay myself. My husband's like, start paying yourself. You're working 60 hours a week. I said that, or if you want the toilet scrubbed, want the kids fed, want a clean house when you come home from work, I need to hire 2 more people. He's like, right, hire 2 more people. So with that, I will do afternoons, the longer type of content, the Counterculture Mom show, the podcast, but I'll push it out through MeetEdgar. Then you got the whole dinner time. It's nuts. I probably will do an inspirational quote that pumps out that just says, hey, you're going to make it. And then we're in this together. And then after they're in bed again, my 8 o'clock hour, I'll always wrap up the day with something that is longer once again, that parents like to watch, that they like to tune into. It can be a wide variety of stuff that I have, but I literally have 18 different things that I schedule weekly for my different things through MeetEdgar, my different schedule and topics that I post. It could be a simple, I have one that's called Demonic Eye Opener, where I show a recent celebrity that is pumping out something very dangerous. I don't know how deep you want to go here, but there's a lot of celebrities totally coming out talking about, I'll have to tell you because it is an alert on my app. It's a hard subject to talk about, but there are, it's baby sacrifice promoted in Riverdale season 3. Parents were floored. Their kids were watching it. It's one of the top shows on Netflix right now. So I just did a quick little screenshot that's from my live Hollywood Exposed show. And I pumped that out in the afternoon as a shocker for parents to take 2 seconds. They're busy getting dinner ready, but something to chew over that I push out through MeetEdgar that drives them to, if you want more information, download the Counterculture Mom app, check out what's the latest, get the premium section for $3, and you will get notified. So you can keep this stuff out of your house before your kids are exposed to it. I would never be able to do what I am doing at the level I'm doing it with 4 TV program platforms that just picked up our Counterculture Mom show, with Salem Radio Network, if I didn't have MeetEdgar to make people aware of who we are and what our mission's all about. And because of MeetEdgar, our numbers, our family is growing. So it really means a lot to me that you guys exist to help me get this content out to the masses and not just my neighbors.
Oh man, that truly is the way to use a software tool. And what I'm referring to here is how much you can tell that Tina really cares about people getting the right type of content that they can actually consume. And I know that sounds kind of cheesy in a lot of ways, but if you can out-care anyone online, your content really will be able to resonate so much better. So she cares about getting the best content out at the times of day people can actually consume it. And that's what a software scheduling tool like MeetEdgar can do for you without having you lose your mind.
Yes.
So if you can just sit down and realize, automation isn't actually kind of a cop out to social media. It's actually showing your followers you have so much intent behind your content. You care so deeply about them being able to consume it at a time it's going to support them during their day. That's the brands who are really growing like Tina's on social media. That's how you're going to gain new followers, because they love when your content shows up in their feed and you're not a brand who feels like you're interrupting marketing to people. It's not like your feed is full of posts that you're like, I have to scroll through this to see my friends' posts. You smile when you see that brand's post because there's so much thought and intention behind why it's going out. So that's really cool to hear. Tina, this has been such a wealth of information, but I would love for you just to kind of leave us with a few more thoughts on just some top marketing tips that you think our audience could really take some time to up-level their own social media strategy with today.
Absolutely. And I just want to tell you that for you parents, because there's a lot of people now that are doing their jobs online and they're wanting people to know what their product is, what their service is, how to help families, how to sell their product, that's help health products. I mean, list goes on and on. The neat thing about MeetEdgar that I really have to stress is that if I didn't have you, I would be homeschooling my kids. Oh, wait, this news story just broke. I got to quick make a post. And what's quick? It still takes 5 minutes. You got to do the right shading. You got to say the right hashtags. You got to put your thought process in there. Kids are asking, hey, what's my next math question? They're trying to do a test over here. It gives me the chance for 1 hour uninterrupted, to load the beast for a week, to know that every single day on MeetEdgar, it's going to push out to 7 or 8 platforms that I've got at least 4 or 5 times a day, because we know Facebook only shows about 3% of my content to my posse. So because of the censorship, I know at least they're going to get 1 of those 4 blasts that I have to meet Edgar every single day. And I get to be mom, where I'm fully focused when I'm with the kids, and know that MeetEdgar's got it all figured out and they're totally pushing out the content to save America in the background while I'm trying to teach America in my classroom. So when you curate your content, and I'm learning as I go, I'm so not got everything figured out yet. I don't want to come across like I do. But I am realizing for busy people today, just make sure whatever you're pushing out there for your product and service to help people, I think that short and sweet is the way to go. I have a heart attack. I have anxiety, a minor heart attack, when I see a long post on social media. And it might be a great post, but I don't have time to read it. So I'm a bullet person. I'm a hashtagger. I am a linker. I like doing that where you share what you want to share, say it very specific, very short, and always put it in the mind of how is your product or service helping the other person? Not, here's 2 examples. Here's me. Look what I've done. Look at my amazing show I just did with yada, yada guest. They talked about this. I got to share my expertise. It's amazing. Please support me now, but go in here. Or this is going to help you in your home. Are you a parent that has a heart attack every day because your kids are on social media and they're downloading a new app and you don't know what that new app's all about and you feel overwhelmed? We got the solution for you. Download this and know exactly before your kids find out what this app is all about. Power back in your hands. It will help you have better communication with your child. That second version is how we want to be when we push out stuff on social media, because it answers the problem that families are trying to solve. Not about us, but about the people we're trying to help. So write your content in a way where it's going to make people say, yes, I have that problem. Yes, I need advice. Yes, I want that solution. And then you will get the hits, you will get the shares, and then hashtag the beast out of it. If I'm talking about Cardi B with their nasty video just came out with 110 million views, I make sure I hashtag Cardi B, hashtag Hollywood hogwash, hashtag counterculture mom, hashtag better for our kids, hashtag positive entertainment, any other hashtag I can get in those 3 seconds and I'm posting on MeetEdgar. That will get new people to know about our platforms if we're using the trending hashtags that people are currently talking about, that will cause new people to gravitate towards your platform that have never heard about you before because you're learning how to hashtag properly.
Yeah, I love that so much. And I think that no matter what niche or industry you're in, this idea of actually making sure that you are categorizing the posts you're putting out there so that they're seen can sometimes be, like a lot of social media content in general, left to do like if you have time. And if you use a social media scheduler like MeetEdgar, you can do things like have these hashtag groups just ready to copy and paste into your post so that you're not forgetting that crucial part. Because if we're putting our content out there and we're not engaging with the community and we're not actually giving it the opportunity to spread and be categorized by places like Twitter and Instagram, then you're doing a disservice to the hard work you're putting into your content.
Yes.
I agree with that completely. Make sure that you're taking the extra step of getting a bigger reach, because if you're going to have this passion behind the message you're getting out there, whatever your industry or whatever your message is, then have the respect for that content to get really big with it and dream really big with how big of a reach each and every post can have. So that's a really cool tip there.
Yes, and partner with people. Like if you see someone else that has a larger platform than you, I've been reaching out to these people saying, can I jump on as a guest and talk about this? Oh my gosh, my parents would love that. I get on, there's a 500,000 hits on a thing that we did, like Shauna Pierce, really cool friend of mine, comedian, positive, was just starring in Selfie Dad. Well, I just met her 6 months ago. She had me on her show, and that introduced me to all the people that she's connected with. Amazing woman. I love her to pieces. And by partnering with other people, your platforms grow and build, because we have different ways, different topics we're talking about, but we both have the same heart for families, and the families are the same people that would get info from her and myself. So it's great to partner with other people that are where you'd like to be or doing something right. Just kind of always want to be educated from people that are where you want to be tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That collaborative aspect of business can do wonders. And like Tina said, if you can get in front of someone else's audience, it's a great way to build trust, and kind of the fastest way to build trust, because they already trust the host or the person who you're collaborating with. So if that person endorses you, you basically have their followers' trust without having to go through like the months of introducing yourself, telling your origin story, and building up your credibility that way. So I do agree. That's one of the best fast track ways to success online these days. It's collaborating with other pages, with other businesses that have a like-minded philosophy and that share followers who would be similar and enjoy your content.
I want you to work on our team. You got an extra 10 hours a week?
Oh my gosh.
I'm part joking and part not.
Yeah, well, thank you. You have been so good with
Wow.
your flattery today. My goodness. We are so lucky to have people like you in our community. And for sure, guys, if you want to get in touch or see what Tina is doing, I will put the links to her social pages and to Counterculture Mom in the description here. So go ahead and check it out. Tina, thank you so much for your time today. This has been a really cool conversation about how you're really so solution oriented and making sure you set up systems to really support your followers.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Go out there and make a difference, you guys. You can do it.